heart for the parents of that 1 pound and just a few ounce baby that he's working there. That's a storm beyond comprehension in the lives of those parents. So I don't know what the storm will be. There are some folks came in a little bit ago, I don't know who's sitting where, they're not in the right Sunday morning seats, but some folks came in that weathered a fire not long ago in this community. And we watched as it drew them together and drew them closer to God. But it doesn't always work that way. Sometimes that's a storm that threatens to undo us. The question is, when the storms come, what will be your foundation? I want to very quickly suggest to you 3 blocks, 3 foundation blocks. The first is the block of faith. Our foundation must be in Jesus Christ. And I hope you catch a drift. I'm not just talking about, oh yeah, I'm a Christian, now let's get on with life, and when's the wedding going to be over? I'm not talking about the kind of Christianity that brings people to the church when they don't have anything else to do. I'm talking about the kind of Christianity that structures our very lives. The kind that causes us to want to live lives of service. The kind that causes us to want to reach out to our neighbors and our friends with love. That kind of faith changes lives and changes marriages because it's a foundation block that cannot be moved. The second foundation block is the block of forgiveness. Now I know you haven't done anything that needs to be forgiven yet. When I was about where you are, there was a movie that toured the country. I believe it was straight from the pits of hell. It was called The Love Story. It was the soupiest, soppiest, yuckiest thing that ever existed. And one line in that movie was a lie beyond all comprehension. It said, love means you never have to say you're sorry. What a joke. Love means you're constantly having to say you're sorry. That's part of life. And Jesus said to us, if you forgive others their sins, then I'll forgive you your sins. There's a tremendous dividend to learning how to forgive each other. And that will be something probably will need to be practiced within the next 24 to 48 hours, I'm guessing. And you'll continue to practice until you celebrate 70 years, like my friend Stick and Chickens. The third block is the building block of friendship. You can do the things I've been talking about with someone that you have decided you will love. Because love, in God's economy, is a commitment, not a feeling. But it's a whole lot more fun to do it with friends. A friend, an exclusive friend. Somehow, if I could wish for you anything at all this afternoon and have it stick, if I could do the blessing thing and it would happen, I would bless you with the friendship of one another. That while you learn to love, and while you experience 70 years, you become best friends. Those building blocks, faith, forgiveness, friendship, I believe will weather any storm. I've taken this responsibility seriously, and I've tried to think, is there anybody I know whose home collapsed who had faith and knew forgiveness and were good friends? And I can't think of one. Half the people in America who stand where you stand end up in a divorce court in the next 5 years. And you say, well, we're Christians, that's different. I wish that were true. But the statistics for Christians are identical to the statistics for those who don't believe. It's because they haven't learned faith the way I described it. They haven't learned to forgive each other the way Jesus commanded it. And they haven't become the kind of friends that you want to become and that your marriage desperately needs you to become. The storms will come, and you can turn 70 years of wonderful marriage together. That's our prayer for you as you take these vows this afternoon. Chris, I will ask you first. Do you take Andrea to be your lawful wedded wife? Do you sincerely promise in the presence of this congregation and in reverence to God to love and honor and protect her through sunshine and shadow alike, keeping yourself under her own light until death shall separate you? If so, you respond, I will.
I will.
And Andrea, will you take Chris to be your lawful wedded husband? Do you sincerely promise in the presence of this congregation in reverence to God to love and to honor, protect him through sunshine and shadow alike? And will you keep yourself only unto him until death alone shall separate you? If so, will you respond? Now, Chris, you've already taken her right hand in yours, and so I would ask you to repeat to her these vows of commitment. I, Chris, take thee, Andrea, to be my wedded wife. I promise before God and these witnesses to be your faithful husband, to join with you in all that is to come, to give and to receive, to speak and to listen, to inspire and to respond in all circumstances of our life together, to be loyal to you with my whole life and with my whole being. I will love you as your husband, as your lover, and as your friend. My commitment is for better or worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to serve you as Christ commands, as long as we both shall live. Andrea, will you repeat those same vows to Chris as I give them to you? I, Andrea, take thee, Chris, to be my wedded husband. I promise before God and these witnesses to be your faithful wife, to join with you in all that is to come, to give and to receive, to speak and to listen, to inspire and to respond in all circumstances of our life together, to be loyal to you with my whole life and with my whole being. I will love you as your wife, your lover, and your best friend. My commitment is for better or for worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to serve you as Christ commands, as long as we both shall live. All right, thank you. And what tokens do we have of these commitments? Thank you. Thank you. Wedding ring is an outward and visible sign of that inward and spiritual commitment that these have made and have made before God and before this company. It signifies to every person, as long as they wear it, that these folks are spoken for, that they've made a commitment to someone else. And so as they share it one with the other, it is a most sacred moment. Chris, I'm going to give you the privilege of doing that first. If you'll present the ring to Andrea. And as you do that, will you repeat after me? In token and pledge of our constant faith and abiding love, with this ring